Welcome to the channel for the first time viewers. Welcome back from my existing subscribers. Today I'm going to be going over a quick overview and a review of the Razer Huntsman Elite. So this is a new keyboard I got. Been using it since April 15th, so going close to 3 months now of just using this every night as my daily driver. A little bit for work, mostly for gaming. And overall, here's my overall take on it. I like it. The one drawback I would say is the software. And let's get into why. As far as the aesthetic of the keyboard, it looks really dope. I like that the wrist rest lights up. That's the difference between the other Razer. I think it was the Huntsman, the regular Huntsman without the Elite, right? So it ran about 170 bucks. It wasn't too much. I got reimbursed from work for it, so it was pretty dope. But overall, the responsiveness is much better than my Corsair K68 that I had, which is another mechanical keyboard. But when I was using this Razer with the octa switches or whatever they call it, it just feels so much more responsive as far as when you go to press a button. It's almost as if like when I first went to a mechanical keyboard, it was like using a Scuff. And this is like if Scuff made a Mac Daddy controller, then this would be that. The experience that I've always heard of in the past is that Razer accessories suck and they were never good. So I was kind of wary about getting them just because I didn't know, right? But what I can say about this one is that it's been very sturdy so far. I'm not rough on my stuff. I've had no issues with the actual keyboard itself. And I haven't done too much customization. Let's talk about the biggest drawback, right? Outside of the keyboard looking phenomenal, like it looks great on the desk and it works well and it's very responsive, which is the main things that I need for gaming. The software is just not what I like. I don't like the software at all. And it's not because I prefer different software like Corsair's IQ or Logitech's G Suite or whatever they call it. I think it's the G Hub. What I don't like about this Razer software is that it has something called the Game Manager, right? And I first discovered this when I was using my Viper Ultimate. So what this thing does is in the background, it runs whatever it does and searches for, I guess, lighting to match your game. But the big drawback and the downside is it creates a lot of stutter in your game. So you'll be using your keyboard, you'll be using your mouse, and then all of a sudden your game will just, it feels like your frames are dropping, but really it's just stuttering. I don't know why. Your CPU usage will spike to like 99%, 100% for a quick second. And so whatever it's doing in the background, I have to go to the services level of Windows and disable Game Manager. So if you do buy this keyboard, although it's great and I would recommend it, I also recommend that as soon as you get it, you turn that feature off, just so you can have a stable gaming experience. It literally feels like when you have a lower power graphics card and you start to run into stutter issues because you're either out of VRAM or something like that. That's kind of what it feels like. It just feels like your frames go from like 110, 115 to like 45 real quick. And it could last like anywhere between 3 to 5 seconds. So once I figured that out on the Razer, the Viper, I turned that off. And for whatever reason, when I got this keyboard and plugged it back in, it pretty much kicked itself back on. One more thing I'd say is if you get this Ultimate, the one where the key rests, or not the Ultimate, the Huntsman Elite, the key rest or the wrist rest, it actually needs its own USB power supply to connect to your PC. So you need 2 ports, one for the keyboard, one for the RGB on the wrist rest. So that could be up to you, depending on whether or not you want that level of customization. I'm using it right now just with the stock pulsating, so it switches colors every couple of seconds. I kind of like that look, so I kind of left it, but I do know some people that go through, they turn off all the lights, or they just have their action keys like your WASD lit up, or they have that feature where you can kind of set it through Synapse to go, as you press a key it lights up and then it kind of fades away as you press the next key. There's a lot of cool RGB aspects to having a Razer accessory. I don't want to use those. I like the mouse because it's very light, it's responsive. I wish I had more buttons. I like the keyboard because it's very responsive. Like it's super responsive. Like as soon as I start to press a key, you can hear it click. Another slight downside, which you kind of know what you're getting into before you buy this keyboard, is that it's very clicky, so it's very loud, as opposed to that Corsair K68. I know Logitech has pretty quiet keyboards that are still responsive, but this one, it's pretty loud. But overall, hopefully this helps you in your buying decision. It's kind of an old keyboard now. I mean, I've known about it for a while, but I was looking for a better gaming keyboard, and that's the one I ended up settling on. You guys be easy. I'll catch you in the next video.
I don't have an aimborn big deal.
Armor broken.
Dang, dude. I just hit him one time.
Dude just dropped in. Big blue.
Mark out. Moving.
I don't know
Yes, he
why.
did, bro.
Dropped in the smoke. Maybe he's gonna get his shit. All right, they're probably gonna roll on street, or they're gonna come and cut through. Just not sure.
He's on top of big blue.
Still?
Yep, it's the
Armor
guy that's
broke again.
parachuted in.
Dead.
Yeah, you watch it?
And I might need AR. Yep. Is that... Left. He's escaping
Mark
left.
out.
Armor broke. He's down. Left is down. Finished. We're gonna have to move too, though.
Yeah.
We're
Just
not-
one or a whole team?
No, he was down, so his team is still alive. I think he's gonna run through smoke most likely. I'm gonna hang back last second. Here's one right here. Dead.